Hi guys, welcome to the channel, and in today's video I wanted to do a quick review on the recent Google announcement where they released or announced some of the new products coming up, especially the Google Pixel 5, for which I am excited about. And in this video I just wanted to share with you some of the experiences and expectations that I have from the Google Pixel 5, since this is going to be my first ever Pixel phone. Yes, you heard that right. I've never owned a Pixel before. Honestly, I've loved Pixel phones right from the get-go. The only thing holding me back from actually going and getting a Pixel phone was the fact that the carrier that the Pixel usually comes on, Verizon, isn't my carrier. So that was the only reason. And honestly, if I had to go buy a Pixel, I would have to buy it, with cash outright. There wasn't any easy installment plan from the carriers that they usually do. So in my case, it was like, shell out all the cash that I have in order for me to get the Pixel. But again, about 2 years ago, I nearly had the chance to buy a Pixel because I was due for an upgrade, and I was thinking about getting the Pixel 3, and then I actually saw it being used by one of my family members. I used it, I compared it to my Samsung Galaxy S8, and I somehow felt in those initial few moments that my Samsung was a little better. So I went ahead and I chose my upgrade phone 2 years ago to be this guy. This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and this has been my daily driver for the past 2 years. Now, I am no big tech YouTuber who switches phones whenever something new comes out, and they usually don't have a daily driver that lasts more than a month. So I'm proud to say that this has been my daily driver for the past 2 years. I am with T-Mobile, and T-Mobile has this program called Jump, where you can basically get a phone on installment, and you can jump or upgrade your phone every 6 months or so. So prior to that, every 6 months I would upgrade my phone, and then Marina, my wife, challenged me to actually get a phone and pay the 24-month installments and use it. And I'm proud to say, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that your boy actually has used this phone for 2 years. We just paid the final installment on this device. So being due for an upgrade, I thought, why not get the Pixel 5? And this was prior to its official announcement that the Pixel 5 is going to be $699. Everybody guessed through the leaks, whether it was from Google or not, that the Pixel was going to be around that price range, and I was like comfortable spending that much, only because my only other option was that I would have chosen was the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, and it was retailing at about $12.99 plus taxes. For me to get it from T-Mobile, the down payment itself was around $500ish, and I was like, you know what, I can actually get the Google Pixel 5 for $699 and also probably get something in trade value once I send this back. So a couple of things that I am excited about as a first-time Pixel user, but someone who has followed Pixel phones and Google for a very long time. The very first thing has to be the operating system. Like I said, Note 9 has been my daily driver, but one complaint, if any, being nitpicky, that I could have against the Note 9 was the operating system, or the user interface, to be more particular. Now, as you all know, Samsung has its own UI that it puts on the Android that comes out, so there is some clash when you're using a Samsung phone. Like, Samsung tries to push their internet browser on you versus Chrome. It wants to use their version of Notes. So there are some proprietary Samsung apps that Samsung wants you to use versus the Android Google experience. And the next thing that I wanted to talk about is the camera. Now, I have always heard from YouTubers, from people who use Pixel, that nobody can take pictures like the Pixel can. And that, to me, from an outsider's perspective, is a little bit shocking. Now, if you look at the hardware of the Pixel, it is not like top of the tier, but there's some magic that happens between the time the picture's taken to where it comes on your display. Something happens that makes the picture awesome, and it can match anybody. Like, I've seen reviews of the Pixel 4a, and I have seen YouTubers claim and YouTubers say that the camera on the Pixel 4a can match and hold its own against any other camera on any other premium handsets available out there, any of the premium phones available out there. And I, for one, am excited to see what this Pixel 5 camera can do. Among the other things that I'm really excited about, one thing that I'm really intrigued, excited, and looking forward to is this whole wireless charging concept. Now, mind you, wireless charging is not something new. It has existed for a while now. My Note 9 can do wireless charging. But what actually intrigues me is the fact that Google has claimed that they have made this phone, the Google Pixel 5, with 100% recycled aluminum. And for those of you who don't know, aluminum or metal is not a perfect medium for wireless charging. I, for one, was hoping that Google was going to send some prototypes to some of the big YouTubers like MKHBD or Unbox Therapy, but I haven't seen any videos from them regarding, receiving some sort of prototypes for the Google Pixel 5. But I did come across an article, and this article was credited to Google, and in this article it actually explains what this wireless charging is, or how wireless charging is possible on a Google Pixel 5 that claims to be built by 100% recycled aluminum. And according to the article, it says that while Google is technically using aluminum for the Pixel 5's hardware, there's another layer that sits directly on top. Google calls this material bioresin, which is really a fancy name for super thin plastic. This is what you'll feel when holding the device, but the aluminum underneath helps give the Pixel 5 structure. Again, that's an actually interesting news. We all assumed that there was some plastic somewhere. I know when I was watching Unbox Therapy, they kind of thought that maybe there's a certain portion in the back that might have been cut out, that may be plastic, that gives the phone the wireless charging capability. But there was also questions raised because from all the pictures that we saw of the Google 5, it looked like one even surface. There wasn't a cutout, there wasn't a discoloration. The only uneven surface in it was the fingerprint reader, but apart from it, it looked like one unison body. So the fact that there might be another thin film, depending on how thin it is, it kind of explains. But again, I am intrigued to see how having that thin layer of plastic, if there is any, to how that changes the feel of the phone. I am scheduled to have it shipped and received anywhere between October 29th and November 3rd. Now, this after me paying whatever the highest amount I could pay for shipping was. I think it was expedited, but still October 29th is probably the earliest I'll get my hands on a Pixel 5. It works out well if it comes on October 29th to 30th, because I am actually going to visit New York for 7 days. So the idea is going to be that if I get the Pixel 5 by that time, whatever I'm going to be shooting in New York, being an obnoxious touristy person now that I live in North Carolina, but whatever content I am going to be capturing in New York, I will be using my Pixel 5. I'm gonna leave behind my Canon M50 and all my camera gear. I'm just gonna take the Pixel 5 if it comes to me by that time, and I'm gonna record, take pictures, do everything that I would like to do using the Pixel 5 and see how it holds its own. So that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. What are you excited about or disappointed with the Google Pixel 5? Looking forward to hearing from you guys, and we will see you guys soon.